Hey, I'm going to show you how to create a world server for Decentraland on DigitalOcean. So you need to create an account on DigitalOcean and connect. Then you can create a droplet. Select the region which is closest to you. Then we are going to use Debian 12. We are going to go with regular, the cheapest one. You can enter a password. Put a name for your server, so I'm going to call mine DCL Worlds. Create a droplet. It's going to show up after a few seconds over there. Here it is up. So it's creating. We need to wait a minute or so. Okay, created. Now we are getting an IP address. We will need to copy that, put it in the URL up. Then we will replace all dots with dashes. And at the end add .nip.io. So that will be a domain name that will redirect to our server. So for the moment it doesn't work because we have nothing hosted there. Okay, we can go back to DigitalOcean, go into Access, refresh, and we can click Launch Droplet Console. Up. So now we are going to be connected on our server. First thing we are going to do is install a few packages that we will need. So apt install git space curl nano wget and ufw. Up here we can press enter. It will select the Y by default. We are going to use UFW to set up a firewall. So we can type USW allow SH, that will allow us to connect to the server, HTTP and HTTPS. And then we need to deny everything, but I forgot the command, so let's check. Tutorial from DigitalOcean. USW default deny incoming. So that will block all access to the server except what we allowed. And we allow outgoing, so that allow our server to connect to any places. Okay, once this is done, we can use git clone https github.com/hpreacos/easyworlds.git. Then we can use the command line cd to go into a directory, and we will go into the GitHub repository which is cloned. and we can type ls to see everything that's in it. The next step will be to install Docker, so we can look on internet to do that, install Debian, and that will be quite easy. We just need to copy paste all commands as listed, so we can click on the small copy button here, then paste into the server, scroll down, copy the next one, paste it, scroll down, copy the next one, paste it, press enter. And once all of those are installed, we will need one more package to install. Okay, the installation finished, so we can install the last package we need. apt install docker compose, press enter again. So Docker will be used to run the world's server. While that finished installing, we can copy that address that we tried to access earlier, go into our server, type nano. Nano is a file editor, .env. Then we are going to go down a bit with the arrows, remove the hashtag in front of that line, remove that URL, and paste ours instead. To exit, we can press Ctrl X, then press Y, and press Enter. Now that this is done, we can start the world server by typing docker-compose space up space -d. That will pull every file that it needs and then start the server. Once this is started, we will need to install a web server to redirect to that server and have the HTTPS certificate. So to create the certificate, we'll need certbot. So we can search certbot Debian, go into the installation instruction for nginx and for Debian. So here it tells us to install snap. So we are going to open this and look how to install it. For Debian, it tells us to use apt install snapd. So apt install snapd, and then after this we need to type this command. So we are waiting for snapd to install. Up here we don't need to restart anything, so we can just press tab, then enter, and then we can type that command. So sudo snap install and core. Okay, we can go back to certbot, and we are just going to copy paste command again. Okay, we can paste that command, scroll down, copy the next one. Okay, paste. And then before we do that, we'll need to install nginx. So apt install nginx, enter. Here we don't need to restart anything again, so we can just press tab, then enter. And we can run this command. there it will ask you for an email address. It will send you a reminder if the HTTPS certificate expires. So stop mine. I've read the terms and services, and I don't want to get mails. And then it will ask us for the domain name. So our domain name would be this one. You can copy, paste it. We need to remove the HTTPS in front. Oops. We will have to write it from scratch. Okay, the certificate worked correctly. Now we are going to edit a file that is in slash /etc slash nginx slash sites enabled slash defaults. We are going to scroll up to where we see our domain name. So here we can see it, and we are going to remove that line. We are going to replace that by proxy pass http 2.//127.0.0.1 2.3000 semicolon. Then we can exit with Ctrl X, Y, and Enter. Restart nginx with systemctl restart nginx. Okay, and now we can check our website. So it's a bad gateway. So let's check the logs with docker-compose log-f. We can see it doesn't find the database. So let's try to quit that. Let's check the log for the database. Oh, okay. We need to remove a file, so we will type rm db /.git keep. Okay, docker compose down, docker compose up -d. Then we can check the log with docker compose log-f. Now we can see it's starting correctly. So now if we check the server, we get a different response, not found. And if we check the domain /status, we get a response saying that the server is on. So now we can try to deploy a scene to it. So I'm going to create a new folder, create a new scene. A kube spawner is perfect. While that installs the dependencies, I will copy the domain. Okay, then we can build the scene by typing DCL build. When the build is complete, we can deploy it with DCL deploy --target -content and our domain. It will start the deployment page. It will open the deployment page. Can sign. Okay, and we forgot to add the world configuration. So we can do that. Nano scene. Okay, DCL deploy dash target dash content on under domain. Okay, it will open the deployment page again. Sign and deploy. Okay, on content uploaded. So now we can go to the link it gives us. Okay, so this is my world, but on the foundation server. To access our custom world server, we can do /world our domain. Okay, /world/ on your Decentraland name. So X3 echoes DCL ETH. Why doesn't it work? Okay, we check. Yes, the deployment was successful. Oh, it might be because of that last slash. Let's see. Docker compose down. Oops, I closed the console. Okay, cd easy world docker compose f dash d docker compose log dash f. Okay, starting. No, let's try again. Okay, let's see why it's not happy. It's trying to access it via HTTP. Oops. So here the issue is that in .env, yeah, we've put HTTP here, where it should be HTTPS. Okay, let's turn the server down, the server up, then let's check the log again. Okay, it started. Now let's try to access the Decentraland again. Okay, it loaded. And here we can see the scene with the cube spawner. Okay, then we can modify a few things in the content server. So if you go into the .env and go to the bottom, you can see that here you can change the number of parcel max for each scene. So we can put it to 10,000. The max size in megabytes. So I've put it to 1 gigabyte by default. And the size if you just have an ENS name. So we can up that to 250 megabytes. And we also allow SDK6. We can quit by doing Ctrl X, Y, Enter, restarting the server, Docker compose down. docker compose app -d. Okay, and now we can quit our server with Ctrl D. That's it. You have a world content server, custom one, running on DigitalOcean. Okay, bye.